if you wish to refer to this session later on, you can always access the recording. Yeah. And on the personal front, I'm married. I have a daughter and I play tennis. I'm a long distance runner and I have a firm belief of chance and choice. My belief is life is always and always and always and always gives each one of us a chance. What we do of that chance becomes our choice. And sometimes not making a choice on a choice is also a choice. I've written about that's another good thing which happened. I was able to in lockdown, I was able to accomplish a couple of things which were always work in progress. So I published two more books in 2020. So right now I'm an author of three books. Two of them are on design thinking. One of them is Train the Trainer. Yeah. So let's move on. And why today's class? As I said, what gives me a kick is when I'm able to help people to achieve what they are capable of, which means I'm here today to give you an overview. While I understand 60 minutes is something which is not sufficient. However, I will give you an overview, a framework which will really help you from who you are to who you can be. Okay, so that's the whole idea. And this is something which I really enjoy reading. I keep on reading it all the time. Whether you have arrived at the new year or new year has arrived, whatever it is, it's in front of you or behind. Whatever your view is, one thing is for sure, it happens regardless. Yeah. So whether you have reached the new year or new year has come to you, it's all relative, right? So my hope, my dream, my aspiration is to make you successful. And most of us get confused between these three things. The dream, hope, and the dream, aspiration, and a hope, right? What you wish to come true, what you wish to make true is your dream. The moment you start working towards that dream, it actually becomes your aspiration. And hope is that feeling of excitement, which will make sure that your aspiration actually becomes a reality. Let me repeat this. When you wish for something to be achieved, it's actually a dream. When you start working towards that dream, it no more remains a dream. It takes into the form of your aspiration. And hope is that feeling or that excitement which makes you move forward to ensure that your aspiration actually becomes a reality. One of the key reasons which I thought of doing this session was also when I interact with people, some of the basics things which I think most of the people should know or would know are missing. And I'm not talking about any stranger. I'm talking about some of my friends, some of the people in my close circles. So I feel it's much more, I feel much more responsible to do this, right? So let's start doing exercise number one. You may wish to do it now, or you may wish to do it later. But what we typically say when you look at exercise one, right? It's a quote in Sanskrit which says, "Aachar or vichar se sanchar hota hai." Now, when you look at Aachar, vichar, or sanchar, for people who don't understand Sanskrit or Hindi, let me translate that into English. So what your Aachar is nothing but your actions. Your vichar is nothing but your thoughts. And based on your actions and your thoughts is your energy will flow. As they typically say, I was watching this beautiful documentary on Netflix called Heal. Toxic thoughts will give you toxic outcomes. Positive thoughts will give you positive outcomes, right? So that's where energy is. So what I would want you to do is, first exercise is, it's an interesting exercise and you can time yourself for 15 minutes on this. Whatever you may feel about 2020, whatever, okay? You can use some pages, write down everything you feel about 2020, the year gone by, all the things you want to release, any negativity you have. And when I say negativity, think of those grudges, think of those old habits which we are carrying. Think of it like this, that as you walk, and imagine the chair or the stool on which you are sitting right now, you're carrying it everywhere with you. How difficult the life will be, no? So all those old habits, all those feelings of remorse, all those feelings of penury, all those feelings of things which you do not have, actually make your life heavy. So what you do is take a piece of paper, or rather take a couple of pages, write down without being bothered about the language you're writing in, without being bothered about the grammar and the punctuation. Just pour anything and everything you wish to get rid of. Write it down. And once you have done it, just tear off those sheets of paper. Now, there are various ways in which I have seen people do this activity. And there are various ways in which I also, when I get this done in person or in the sessions, one way is you don't read it. And that's what I recommend. Whatever is gone. Let it be. Second is you read it, you become conscious of what you are letting go. And the third and the interesting part is you can actually make a celebration out of it. You can do it virtually, or you can do it otherwise as well, depending on what kind of safety norms and COVID scenario you have at your locality or in your geography. What you could do is you can call it as your let go celebrations. All those papers you can tear off, read something which you are letting go, read it aloud, laugh at it, and just throw it away. I've seen people burning them as well. So pick up what works for you. But always remember, Aachar or vichar se sanchar hota hai. The what you think and what you act, that becomes your energy. And that energy actually propels you to do more of what you're thinking. Right? So that's the first thing you could do so that you are beginning on a clean slate. Okay. Now, so far so good. Any questions on this? Doable, not doable? Well, knowing is one, doing is another. Yeah. So, well, Ravi, here the intention is not to get positive energy. The intention here is to let go. We'll talk about positive energy later on. Right now, what we are saying, Ravi, is we are taking stock. It's like I'm going to, let's say I'm visiting a doctor, and the doctor is giving me some tests or some medicines. Or let's say I want to get my X-ray done. In the olden days, I don't know how many of you are aware, but there used to be a charcoal tablet which the doctors used to recommend before the X-ray could be done, so that the X-ray is more clear. So what we are doing is, before we start putting anything into our head, we are taking off things which we don't want. There's an old Zen story. I'm sure some of you must have heard it. So there was once this learned man. He wanted to learn more things. So he went to a Zen master, and in a very tone which was full of arrogance, he said, "Yes, master, I'm here to learn." And at that point of time, the master, of course, he could see through the arrogance, and he said, "All right, if that is the case, let's have let's have a cup of tea first." So the Zen master started pouring the tea, and the cup was half full. He continued. The cup was full up to the brim. He continued, and he continued. He did not stop. The tea was actually spilling over outside the cup. Now this man was wondering what this person will teach me if he does not even know when to stop pouring the tea. Now at that point of time, the Zen master smiled and said, "Well, if you really want to learn something, you need to unlearn first." Similarly, if you really want to achieve new heights, if you really want to achieve bigger goals, you must get rid of that energy what you have. You must get rid of things which you are carrying. When we let go things, we are creating room for more. That's the intent, Ravi, over here. Yeah, we'll talk about positivity a little later. Well, you could say that, Ravi, that I'm accepting the way it is because I can't do anything about it. See, if I resist my past, I can't do anything about it. The sooner I accept, better it would be for me. Right now, because I can't take care of my past, but what I can do is what I do now can certainly take care of what I wish to do. Yeah, or how my future will come out to be. And having said that, I have a very firm belief each one of us, and there could be some people who can disagree with me, which is perfectly all right. Each one of us is actually at exactly the same place where we ought to be at this stage in life, whatever your age is, whatever geography you may be in, which we may not be able to understand, but this is how it is, right? So this is the first exercise. Ensure that things which you don't want to carry in this new year, get rid of them. Okay, so that's the first part. Second part, or the second exercise would be, ask yourself, who made you what you are today? Now, this is a very powerful exercise, and I have seen phenomenal results in my coaching practice with leaders across the world. Which means what? Well, while 2020 was a challenging year, it also did loads of good to all of us, which may not even realize at this point of time. So as I said, I'm a firm proponent of positive psychology. Okay, write a gratitude letter. Now, this letter could be to anybody. It could be to your friend, somebody in your family, a coworker who really helped you in this COVID scenario while you're working from home, or anybody else who you think deserves your gratitude. Teacher, friend, anyone. And studies have shown that writing and delivering gratitude letter, increases happiness significantly for both people who are writing it as well as people who are receiving it. You don't have to spend the entire day while writing it, but you can just start take about 15 odd minutes to write a letter. And some of the cues which you could work around in your letter could be how a particular person has shaped you to be who you are today. Any specific traits of theirs, you love or you admire, you could always mention that. In what way they have supported you in your journey. What do you appreciate in them? And you can feel free to add more things over there. Right now, see what we are doing. There's a very beautiful quote which says, future is already here. It is just unevenly distributed. Let me repeat this. Future is already here. It is just unevenly distributed. Now, what does this mean? Let's do a small exercise here. Tell me something. You mean it could be Akshara, it could be across. More specifically for the year gone by, because if you see our memory, there'll be higher recall of the events which are more recent compared to things which have happened much later in the much earlier. So you could be a combination of both, or it could be just 2020. It's absolutely up to you, Akshada. Right? So what you do is from here, as I was saying, sorry, I missed that thought. After that, each one of us is actually living somebody else's dream. Let me repeat this. Each one of us is actually living somebody else's dream. Whatever you have, you have a fantastic house, you may have a fantastic two-wheeler or an amazing, beautiful car, or the lovely job. Each one of us is actually living somebody's dream. Right? So future is already here. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Akshada, for that. I could recall that thread. Now, think of something you wish to have, but you don't have, which you wish to have. Let me repeat this. Think of something which you wish to have, but you don't have. And maybe some of you can voluntarily mention that in the chat window. That would be helpful. I can take that as an example. My own firm. Fantastic, Ravi. Thank you so much. Now look at this, Ravi. You wish to be an entrepreneur. You want to start your own company. You want to have your own firm. But there are so many people who are already running their own firms. Right? And that's exactly what is meant by future is already here. It is just unevenly distributed. So all I need to do is, if the distribution is, okay, Guru, I will help you to have that. In Bombay or in Bangalore? Okay, no problem. Yeah. So when I was probably in that position, Guru, about 4 years ago. But today, let me tell you, whatever you want to have, whether it is an office or money, I can actually give you the key. But you are the one who will have to open the lock, because for each one of us, the lock is unique. I will give you the key today to have tons of money, to have anything you wish to have on this planet. However, you will have to move that key. Okay. Yeah. So as I was saying, somebody may want to have a Mercedes Benz, but there are already so many people who already are driving Mercedes Benz. So future is already here. Future is already here. All you have to do is, right, understand why it is unevenly distributed and why it is not distributed to you. Right. And if you're able to understand that, well, you are living the life of your dreams, isn't it? And I'm sure each one of us in this room, in this session, actually wants to live an exceptional life. And trust me, each one of us, look at the abundance around you. All of us deserve that abundance. All of us, not a select few. right? So let's move on. Let's look at this word now. How do you define the term reality? Very simple, no? It is 2nd of January 2021. And right now, since I'm in India, so India time is 7:22, and we have 62 people attending this session on goal setting today. That is a reality. So your name, the location, the organization, whether it is your own firm or an employee, the kind of car you drive, the geography you are at, all that is reality, isn't it? Now, when you look at reality, let's also try and understand probability. What is probability? Mathematically speaking, probability is nothing but a chance or a chance of occurrence of an event. Okay. For example, let us say we have 62 people who have logged into this session today. What is the probability all of them will like it? We don't know. So somebody will like it, somebody will not like it. That's the probability, right? As mathematically speaking, chance of occurrence of an event. Now let's try and understand something else. How do you define possibility? What is possibility? And I would want some people to give me the responses in the chat window. What do you think? How do you define the term possibility? Sure shot we will achieve. Okay. That means what you're saying, Ravi, is 100% probability. Yeah. Making it achieve. Yeah. Chance. So Jatinji, if possibility is a chance, then what is probability? Yeah. Mahesh Shinde says converting probability into reality. Interestingly, I reached out to close to about 850 odd people across different geographies of the world, asking them the same question. How do you define the term possibility? And I was astonished to see that almost 90% of them actually gave me the definition of probability for possibility. Right? And if I go about understanding possibility from a neuroscience perspective, possibility is nothing but is a mindset. Possibility is nothing but a mindset. If you think it is possible, you're right. And if you think it is not possible, you're still right. It's all about us. It is all about who who defines what is possible for you and what is not possible for you. Let me share something which is rooted in our universe, or so to say. Some of the instances in how about on this planet Earth, one day is 24 hours. Is it same across all the planets? Is it same across all the galaxies? No. Correct? Absolutely. Which means the way we define the reality is not actually the reality. The way we define the reality is not the reality, right? And there is no concept of time and space in this universe. Let me repeat this. There is no concept of time and space in this universe. What we do is we attach things which are easy. It's easy for us to get. Yes, they are possible. Things which are difficult. No. It'll be difficult for us. But possibility is a force. Possibility is a force. And I can give you so many examples from my own life how when I took some chances, when I created a possibility mindset, how abundance actually opened up for me, how the doors of abundance got opened for me, right? And I'm here to tell you, your reality is not static. Your reality is malleable. And if you wish, you can actually convert your possibility into your reality. Forget about even probability. Whatever you think you want to make possible, you can actually make it real. Okay. And there's a technique for that, which I will be sharing with you right now. Now, when you look at possibility, probability, and reality, imagine somebody really somebody really thought rather that, we could communicate virtually through this Zoom platform. That's how we are able to do it. Somebody really thought that, these clothes can be made like this. That's the reason why you and I can actually wear them. Right? So all those things really happened in the head first. Then only they actually came in reality. Right? So let's try and understand how do we do this? Because old locks, the old ways will not open the new doors. Now, let's do a small exercise. You can do it yourself. Ravi, we are moving beyond products here. If we are able to take care of our life here, you can take care of any product or service here on this planet rather. So if you see, think of things which you wish to have and which you don't have, which I also asked you some time ago. Write down some of those things on your notepad. Think of things, and I'm talking about monetary things, for example. Don't say that you are 50 and you want to become 20 again. Well, sorry, that's not possible. Yeah. Again, as they say, age is just a number. So think of things which you wish to have. It could be 1, it could be 100, whatever it is, but you do not have, right? Done. Now ask yourself, what do you tell yourself about those things? What do you tell yourself about those things? In the pre-pandemic days, most of the people used to say that, Jimmy, I want to travel around the world. But then they say, you know what? I have a job to take care of. I can't do that. Now see, the moment every time we say something, oh, I wish I have that. Oh, I wish I was able to do that. And then you continue with your life, which means your wish remains a wish. Now, what if I'm able to share a secret which is known to a lot of neuroscientists, a secret which is known to a lot of people in this world. And I would want you to also to know that I'm not talking about law of attraction here. But the question is, when you really want to open a new door, which door is to be opened? So let me share a small story here. Amol, I'll come back to that in a minute. Let me share this story. The story is about, think of a farmer. Okay. And let's say the farmer has got 2 fields. And on one field, farmer is sowing corn, the crop of corn, which is food. And on the other one, he's sowing nightshade. Nightshade is a very beautiful purple colored flowers, but they're very, very poisonous. And he's taking care of both the fields the way they are supposed to be taken care of, in terms of watering them, putting manure, pesticides, etc., whatever it is required. So when the time is right, which crop do you think will give him more yield, will give him more yield, whether it would be a corn or whether it would be the nightshade? Tell me. Or both will be same. So your options are whether it will be corn, or whether it will be poison, or whether it will be both will be same. Corn, Atul says corn. And why so? Because it is food. Same. Durgesh says same. Anybody else? Sheikh Ansari says it's poison. Depends on how much others are growing of both. Same. Life is simple. Poison will remain poison. Poison can kill another poison. Nightshade will eat up corn also. Lovely, lovely. Interesting. And no wonder. And this is what the reason why I'm doing this session today, to break this myth, to break these misconceptions, which we develop over a period of time. Now let's try and understand this. Look at the capacity of the land. Okay. The land has no capacity or capability to distinguish what is a good seed or what is a bad seed, isn't it? The land does not know what is food or what is poison. For land, the seed is seed. And the nature's rule is very simple. As you sow, so shall you reap. So both of them will come in abundance, because the land cannot distinguish what is poison and what is food. Now extend this analogy to your brain. While I understand and appreciate, brain is much, much more complex than a piece of land. But please understand that fact. Your brain has no capacity or capability to distinguish what is a good thought and what is a bad thought. Now, this could be life changer for us, by the way. Let me repeat this. Your brain has no capacity or capability to distinguish what is a good thought or what is a bad thought. For brain, the thought is thought. Which means every time you are thinking anything which is negative, you're actually sowing the seeds of negativity or negative outcome. And as they say, as you sow, so shall you reap. As you think, so shall you receive. Let me repeat this. Huh? As you sow, so shall you reap. As you think, so shall you receive. So the first thing, ladies and gentlemen, I would want to submit to you is you need to really start using positive words in whatever you do. And it could be simple reframing of the words. Huh? For example, since I know Atul, I'm using his name and I can see his video right there in front of me, right? So let's say Atul is stepping out of his home and Atul's wife says, "Hey Atul, don't forget to bring the bread when you come back home." Now, what is the probability today bread will come home along with Atul? The probability is less. And I don't blame Atul for that because the command given to Atul is to forget. Now, if let's say we are able to, if we rephrase this or reframe this, please remember to bring the bread. The probability that bread will come will certainly go high because the command given is to remember, not to forget. Similarly, when let's say when you're traveling these days, of course, we are traveling much lesser what we used to do earlier. But the moment we think that we are getting late, what is that we start telling ourselves, I don't want to be late. I don't want to be late. I don't want to be late. And we are actually late. Rephrase that. I am on time. I am on time and I am on time. And I'm telling you from my own life experience, something magical happens. You're there on time. Right? So remember, the first exercise you could do is biology of reframing. Use positive words. Stop using no, not, never, nahi. For example, if I may request some of you to put your videos on, I will do a small one quick role play kind of a thing for one sentence. I don't want to use Atul's name every time. Otherwise, okay. So let us say, okay, Guru, are you wearing a black t-shirt?
I'm wearing a white t-shirt.
I love that pause. And that's exactly what is required. The instantaneous response is no. That's a white t-shirt. So instead of saying no, consciously say whatever the fact is. And remember, not to lie though. Speak the truth. Yeah.
Understood. Yeah.
Paul, you're wearing a white t-shirt? You're on mute, Paul.
It is a blue shirt.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you. Right? So this is the first exercise which we need to do, right? Biology of reframing. The second exercise which I would want you to do is when you talk to yourself in third person. We all do self-talk. We talk to ourselves. The most common New Year resolution is getting up in the morning and going for a walk, right? Or reducing your weight or staying fit. So next time you're creating that kind of a resolution, talk to yourself in third person. So let's say if I am Jimmy, I will not say I will get up in the morning and go for a jog. But what I would say is, Jimmy, you'll get up at 6 a.m. in the morning and go for a jog. And you will realize how beautifully the task happens. And I'm not saying this of some figment of imagination. It is all rooted in the neuroscience. Take any player for an example. Okay, and you will, if you observe them, whenever they make a mistake or whenever they talk to themselves, they always talk to themselves in the third person. They will never say, "Oh, I didn't play well." They'll always talk to themselves in the third person. Right? So these two exercises are very interesting. The third thing is, if you really want to achieve anything and everything on this planet, write it down. Write down what all you wish to have in life. Think of an example. Think of a restaurant. You walk into a restaurant. What is the first thing you do? You always look at the menu card. Now, that particular restaurant, wherever you have walked in, they have a limited menu. But on this planet, you have, I will give you an example, sir. Give me a minute. On this planet, on this universe, you have an unlimited menu, which means you can pick up anything and everything, whatever you wish to have in your life. However, when you write, there's a particular way in which you should write. For example, let us say I want to have a Mercedes Benz, for example, right? And if I will write, that one of my goals, let's say I'm writing goals and I say, I wish to have a Mercedes Benz, or I want to have Mercedes Benz. You will never get it, friends. Because your command you're given is a wish will remain a wish, a want will remain a want. What you need to do is remember, whether you have it or not, imagine that if you have it, how would your life look like? Let's say let's say if I'm talking about a car, let's say if you're driving a Mercedes Benz, how will you feel? What kind of experience you will get? Trust me, on this planet as human beings, it's all about feelings. You can right now close your eyes and you can travel around the world. For example, you may say that, the last time when I went to Sydney was amazing, or last time when I went for that particular holiday in Goa was amazing. You close your eyes and in no time you get transported there. So it's all about feelings. Rest all is frills. Remember, right? So whatever you wish to have in your life, before you start focusing on ordering something from that menu, appreciate what you have. So that's the first step, which you've already done. What my recommendation to you would be, don't do that exercise just once. Do it daily. It's up to you how quickly you want things to have. You do it more frequently, more regularly, you will realize more and more positive things and better, whatever you wish to have in life is getting attracted to you. I am following this from the year 2006 onwards. And I can tell you, life is an amazing journey. You can have anything you wish for, anything, literally, right? Uh, so when you write down as if you have it. You will not write, I want to or I wish for. No, Saurabh, it's an important question. It's not a stupid question. You have to write with your own hands. You are directing your own energy. Don't type it on the computer or laptop. Write down with your own hands, please. You're channelizing your own energy. It does not matter which language you write. Write in English, Hindi, Punjabi, Tamil, Telugu, any language. But please write it down in your own hands. I can share with you. This is my goals. I keep on writing it every day. I mean, I put a date on it and I write, right? And believe me, it happens like this. Time is short. Otherwise, I would have told you some of the examples. 20 minutes are left. I want to give you some more tips. So from there, how will you write? So you will write down, I am so happy and grateful such that I have, let's say Mercedes Benz. I have a blue colored Mercedes Benz. The more specific you are, better it is for you. For example, if I may extend the Mercedes Benz example, let's say it is a blue car with a camel color upholstery, the black color of steering wheel, whatever, and you're listening to a particular song, you can mention all of it. The key is write in the present tense. You may not have it, it's okay. But imagine how would you feel if you have that with you. Okay. Going back to a question which was asked by Subramaniam. Subramaniam, the example of self-talk is now when let's say if I may use your name, Subramaniam, you will not say I will do this. Instead of that, you will say Subramaniam, do this. So you're talking to yourself in the third person, right? Ravi, sense of accomplishment, sense of having it, right? Sense of how would you getting in touch with that feeling which you will feel when you will have it eventually. You're actually bringing it closer to you. The more you will do it, you will realize things which is not with you is coming more closer to you, right? And there is no end to it. There is no end to it. Guru Dutt was talking about having an own office. Guru, you can actually write down which locality of Bangalore you wish to have your office. What is the size of your office? How do you think, just close your eyes and imagine how the sitting arrangement would be, how the decor of your office would be. The more precise you are, write it down. Close your eyes, live it. And I can tell you, not one, probably you'll have two offices. I'll give you another quick example. Sometime in 2018 September, I wrote down, I mean, I already have one office in a commercial office. I wrote down, I wish to have one more office, in the manner which I told you. And after I wrote that in September, and by January, and I had no means by that time, by the way. I had no means by that time. By January, I had bought another office. Yes, Guru, you want to say something?
Yes, please, if it's all right.
Yeah.
I've spoken to you already once about this, and I'm happy to share. When I started this journey, I didn't have the office. I now have a co-working space already, so I'm making progress.
Fantastic. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
The best part is when you will start receiving it, whatever you ask for will be checked with you. You really want it.
I remember the last time you told me how goal setting should be, and I have written down. Of course, I've known you for over a year now, and that's actually helping for sure.
I'm so glad. And this is why this feeling what I'm getting right now. I mean, nothing. I cannot barter this feeling with anything.
Yep.
I'm making you successful. I'm getting successful. Thank you for that, Guru.
Thank you.
And this becomes an amazing case for us, people who are there in this session. Please do it. Please do it. And I told you, it's up to you, right? It depends on how fast you want to transform your lives. Some of us will think, life is not so easy. And I'm here to tell you, yes, life is easy. We only make it difficult. Okay. So write it down, please. Aachar, let me give you another example which will help you to start trusting this process. Now, if you think of gravitational force, not the movie Gravity, right? We have not seen the gravitational force. We have only experienced it. And if we say that, well, I don't believe in gravitational force, I want to jump from 10th floor. Well, my dear friend, you will go down only. So whether you believe in this process or not, it works. It's as simple as that. Right? Another analogy I can give you is, remember that restaurant example which I told you, there is a limited menu. Let's say you ordered your favorite dish. What is the next step? Do you go along with that waiter into the kitchen? Acha, show me how you are making this. We don't. Isn't it? We have full faith and trust that yes, whatever I've ordered will be delivered to me. Correct? So for that, have that same trust and faith in life as well. Whatever you ordered from your menu card of the life will be delivered to you. Make it a daily practice to write down whatever you may wish to have in your life. Yeah. Any questions, anybody on what we have done so far? All good? Okay, cool. In that case, let me move forward. And we have about 15 odd minutes. Can I use I am? Prithviraj, could you elaborate that, please? I am rich. Yes, you can say that, but before you write I am rich, you can always write down I am so happy and grateful that I am rich, but define rich. You may want to have, let's say 10 lakh rupees, write that you have 10 lakh rupees. You may want to have a beautiful bungalow, write that. Don't write rich, don't write ambiguous things. Which things are relative. The more relative they are, further they go to you, the further they go from you. Okay, more specific you are, closer they come to you. Yes, you could say that, Ravi. Yeah. Okay, so as I said, the ways to enhance possibilities, write a gratitude journal. You can challenge yourself, write down. And to begin with, this is what I always tell people whenever they start their journey on gratitude. Find 50 ways to express your gratitude. Maybe you can do it today, or maybe you can do it tomorrow. But the first thing what you do is not 10. Every day you must write 10 things you are grateful for. Find 50 things. It could be as simple as the maid, who's making your life easier. Could be the security guard of your building. Could be that food delivery boy who came to deliver the food for you. Anything and everything. Write 50 things. Challenge yourself. And then get into the habit of 10 things. Yeah. And remember, the more gratitude we are expressing, we are attracting more of good things. Right? So this is something which you should do as a daily practice. Now, quick 7 rules which will help you to turn possibility into a reality. Now, this is going to be my last lesson, last as in the last slide on the topic. Uh, then if then something else I will share. Okay. Um, the letter, what I told you to write, the gratitude letter. Okay. What you could also do is, apart from writing gratitude letter, you can write a letter to your own self, which means uh, from a third person perspective, how do you think you are living your life? Shobit, okay. What you could do is, let us say you have written 10 goals on let's say today on the 2nd of January. Let's say, and there is a possibility that out of 10, three have come true. You don't have to rewrite them unless otherwise you want them to be done again. So either you could read them wherever you have written, or you can write them again. It's absolutely up to you. And don't get, I'm again and again repeating this. Do not think I will write only 5 goals or 10 goals. Write as many as you wish. But remember, the way you write is very critical. It has to be written in present tense. So the first thing, what you could do is change the description of yourself by writing down the description of the person you would like to be. Who you are and who you wish to be. If you're happy with who you are, yes, great. Write down what will you do to ensure that you remain who you are. If you wish to be somebody who you are not today, write down the description of the person you would like to be. Okay, so take stock. Write down, this is how the life should be. This is what we should be doing on a daily basis. This is how my routine should be. This is how my activity XYZ should be. Blah, 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 blah. This is the car I want to drive. This is the kind of house I want to live in. Okay, so write down and change the description. That is the first thing, which means write a letter to yourself as well. Second is, stop thinking of all the reasons why you can't be successful. Instead, think of all the reasons why you can be successful. This is something which sometimes is deep rooted in our upbringing. Majority of the times, especially our parents, our elders also always tells us that you really have to slog for your living. You really have to sing for your supper, so on and so forth. You really have to do this, then only you'll get money. Change that belief. Money can come easily with all the rightful means, right? So you need to find. Don't start looking at things which are not happening. Start looking at things which are happening, right? And always remember, as you think, so shall you receive. In worst case scenarios as well, there will always be a gem. So figure out, is there a gem available anywhere? Where is the gem in that bad situation as well? Okay. Third is extremely important for us. Trace and reflect your attitude and find out what is preventing to be successful and live an exceptional life. Right. So this is again with respect to I should not have more money because money always brings evil. You will realize there are a lot of things which are told to us from our childhood, which may not be true, but that is the attitude. It has, our attitude towards life has become like that. So think of those things and take stock. What is preventing you? Okay. And start behaving the part of successful person you have decided to become. A very simple thing like, don't dress for the life you have. Start dressing up for the life you wish to have. Or if you're working somewhere, don't dress up for the position you have. Dress up for the position you wish to have. Similarly, start behaving the part of that successful person you have decided to become. Okay? Have courage. Now, which means there are times doing skydiving this weekend. I wish to do it when I was infected with COVID. So be grateful. Look at this, Atif, that today it's reality. Amazing, right? And be grateful that you fought with COVID and you actually won that fight, because not everybody is so lucky the way you are, right? So be grateful of that fact. Such a simple fact of life, right? So have courage. The moment you have that inner calling, that gut which says yes, just do it. A lot of people say, Jimmy, but that's a risk. But let me tell you, risk is a matter of participation. when you are participating in an activity, any activity for that matter is a risk. When you're participating in any activity, it's a risk. Yeah. But non-participating in that activity could be a larger risk. Who knows what you're missing? Who knows what you're missing? You know, people always say take calculated risk, but nobody will give you a formula. Nobody will give you a formula. But I'm giving you a formula today. Risk is equal to hope of success and fear of failure in the ratio of 80-20. Risk is equal to hope of success and fear of failure in the ratio of 80-20. If you have 80% hope of success, just do it. Just do it. You'll positively surprise yourself, not once, not twice, but all the time, every time. So have that courage to act, right? Act promptly and decisively that yes, you have decided to do this, just go ahead. Have that belief that yes, it will be delivered to you. The same belief that what you send to the what you put that into the hotel staff, the waiter, put that simple belief in life that yes, whatever you have asked for will also be delivered to you. And remember, think, act, and become who you are. Yeah. Okay, Manu, diagnosed with brain tumor in 2019, fought over it, wanted to complete 10-kilometer run when fully fit and did it. Fantastic, Manu. Amazing, amazing grit and determination. Beautiful. Why don't you just write maybe a one-pager blog and just publish it? You know, you never know, who it will inspire. That's beautiful, Manu, right? Just do that. And this is my recommendation to all of you. You know, sometimes we say something to somebody, we may just say it just like that, but for the other person, it could be, he or she may remember it for the lifetime. Yeah, great, lovely. So friends, this is what I thought I will share with you today in the given time frame I have. What we have done is, I'll tell you something very interesting. This is the booklet we have. I created this booklet in 2019 January. So anybody who will come and attend our training program, we used to give this as free of cost. So what we did, we realized that this book is, yes, I'll repeat the 80-20 formulas, Sonal, right? So we realized that in March onwards, there was absolute lockdown. So if somebody is keen, they can buy this book. The book is just $4, I think $4 or £4, 299 rupees, something like that. Okay. If you wish, which is posters inclusive, I will share a link in case somebody is keen. You can always buy this. This is a workbook of whatever I have told you. Whatever money we will get from this will absolutely go to charity. Okay. 80-20 formula is hope of success and fear of failure. 80% hope of success, 20% fear of failure. Thank you so much, Arnav, for that. Right. So this is what I thought I will share with you. If you are keen, yes, $4, not £4. If you wish, power of giving is true indeed. Yeah. So in case if you wish, I can share the link. If you say you don't want to buy, it's perfectly okay. I'm not here to sell anything. Yeah. Any question? Is it on Kindle? No, it's not on Kindle. This is a workbook. In fact, these are certain set of questions which we would want you to write down in your own hands. So we have not created an e-copy of this. No, Saurabh. We are too much dependent on so unfortunately the electronic media. Let me share a link in case somebody is keen. They can always pay up and we'll send it across. And if it helps somebody, well, I think that would be the best thing which can happen ever. So that's the link for your DFS book. It's called My Desired Future State book. Yeah. So once you have paid up, just send an email to info@squaresequel.com with your address. It would help us to send it across to you. Okay. It's almost 4 more minutes. Did you enjoy the session? Did you like the session? Yes, no, good, bad, ugly? Okay.
Very much.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to share with you is something very interesting, which is I'm actually doing, I used to do a lot of pro bono coaching session during lockdown, which is called Jamwithjimmy. I am on public demand. Again, a lot of people reached out to me. 31st December, I closed it. So a lot of people have asked me if I can continue it till the 31st of January. I am sharing with you my link wherein you can do a one-on-one coaching free of cost for 30 minutes with me, depending on the time slot which is available. And let me share that with you. Give me 1 minute. I will share my Calendarly link and block the time you wish to have. In case if you wish to have, yeah, it's a 30 minutes, 7 o'clock India time in the evening. Okay. O E V E. Everyone. So that's the link to my session. What? Okay. So Arnav, DFS is DFS is nothing but it's a workbook. If I can just flip it for you, these are certain set of questions which we would want you to do, which will help you to create your life. Nothing much. It's a workbook, right? If you wish, you can do this. If you don't, it's perfectly okay. Right? This is nothing but a workbook. If you want to donate to the charity, feel free. If you don't want to, you can do it yourself. It's all right. Perfectly okay. So that's my Calendarly link. And let me share the last screen, which has my contact details. You can feel free to stay in touch with me, and I'll be more than happy to. In any case, my email address is very simple now. I have a couple of them, but this is the most easiest one. Yeah, Jimmy@jimmyjain.com. Okay, so that's about it. Any questions? Send me an email, or in case uh, if anybody wants to get in touch with me, if they need any other help, send me an email. I'll be more than happy to stay in touch with you. I'll be more than happy to help you achieve whatever you wish to achieve. I really appreciate the choice which all of you made to be here today. And that's what I say, a chance and a choice. 128 people registered, but we have 61 people who came in here. Yeah, so chance and choice. We all had 128 people thought they will exercise the chance, but only 61 could make that choice. But yes, I appreciate they also made a choice not to be here. Yeah. Okay, no problem, Ravi. No issues. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kusum, Davinder. Thank you, Suraj. Thank you, Atul. Thank you, Chandresh, Guru, Sheikh, Nikita, Premnath, Atif, Jatin, Srinivas, Subramanya, Sushil Mohit, Ravi Shankar, Devinder Khurana, Varun, Arnab. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Vinay, Vineet, Gokul, Nitin. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, people who joined from different geographies. Thank you, Smita. Thank you, Mahesh, Noble. Thank you so very much. Thank you and have a great 2021. And I'm going to stop the recording now.